Greetings duelists, and welcome to another video. So, it's been around 24 hours since the last video I did, and I have experimented a lot with RB. I really like this archetype. I don't think this archetype is at the level of something like Mitsurugi. However, Konami has actually been nailing it with TCG exclusives as of late. Like, Mitsurugi was a home run, Odeon was a home run, even though it's not like the most competitively viable strategy out there. As of late, Konami has done a very good job with the TCG exclusives that we've been getting. I know that we had a few flops in the past, like Ashen and Tistina. Fun fact, we are getting new Tistina and Ashen cards in Duelist Advance, and they do help those archetypes as well. That makes them a little bit more better than what they were supposed to be. But I digress. Let's go back to RB. So, what you see here on the screen is like all the real possible starters that the deck can use. At least the ones that I've noticed. There are other ones like Hornet Drones, like Inclusion can be Smyger, like as you saw like the last video. Their Engage can also substitute like the Hornet Drones if we go that route. Like there are other possibilities for stuff that you can do with RB. But what is the best starter? I think it comes to no surprise. Scrap Recycler is the best starter in, like, for the whole RB setup. I think Scrap Recycler might be even like the best normal summon, not just for machines, but like the best normal summon in the game. Like, this card does a lot. Like, the fact that it's not once per turn, and the fact that it has less than 1,000 attack, kinda enables a lot of craziness. Now, oh, I forgot to mention, RB Stage Landing is another starter, if we're going to talk about specifically RBs. Now, what can we do with this Scrap Recycler? Like, we already saw what we could do last time with the Machina Citadel setup, right? Like, you remember this part? Like, this is all standard stuff that you can see right now. This is just showing you what you can do with Smyger, because you can dump Smyger with this, and Smyger can dump, like, grab Inclusion, we can grab Sulfador, and that's the Crystron combo you saw last time. So Scrap Recycler is another enabler for the Crystron combo if you want to do that one. There are other possibilities. Cyber Dragon Core is another one. Machina Citadel is the one that you are familiar with. And we're just going to fast forward it here a little bit. Okay. So all this is standard. We already saw this from the last video. Check this out. You're probably not gonna guess what is the next monster going to summon. Because I'll tell you right now, we're not going to summon Brook Blues. The monster we're going to summon is Promethean Fire Princess. Yes, Promethean Fire Princess is generic, and we're not machine locked. And RB Vulcan Booster is a fire type attribute monster. So you can use the Promethean Princess to bring back the Vulcan. And you can link it with Vulcan and the Princess for another Vulcan. Actually, we can't. It has to be another fire. But getting to there, we'll talk about it in another scenario. We're just going to hypothetically believe that we had like another extender. Anyway, going back to this. Hypothetically, right? Let's say you actually have Promethean Princess set up in your graveyard. And you go and link these two into Brook Blues. Brook Blues is going to grab us the Vulcan Rocket. And we're going to summon the Vulcan Rocket. Now, with this setup, what that means is, in your opponent's turn, you can special summon Promethean Princess by popping the Vulcan Rocket. This could trigger Funk Dog if we get another Fire RB, but right now we only have one Fire RB, so Funk Dog does not trigger. However, we can use Stage Landing to protect the Vulcan Rocket. and all of a sudden you just got a free monster and a free pop for your opponent. Would you do this play? Is this place ideal? I don't think so. I'm just showing you that this is a possibility. You can also do Zelantis combos with this. So we're just going to go back here. I just want to show that cute interaction because that is a possibility in this deck. Now we're going to blink into blue blues, and with blue blues we're going to grab the rocket, space a rocket. Now another really cool thing is we're not locked at all by doing all of this setup, right? At least not yet. What's stopping me from summoning other Link 4s? Or just summoning, or going rank down to Link 2s? Like, all of a sudden, we can just make Zelantis, we can make access code, and access code is really cool because you have 1, 2, 3 pops with access code. And once you're done with the 3 pops from access code, you can banish it, you can turn that access code into Zelantis, and Zelantis can just push through your opponent's board even more. So, yeah. Like, the fact that just one normal summon can enable you all of this is pretty absurd. We're back here at this point. So, this is the Scrap Recycler combo, right? We already established that. Let's change one small detail. Let's pretend that instead of dumping Citadel, we dumped Orcust Harp Horror. You already know that we got new Orcust support in Battles of Legends, Monsters Revenge, or Monsters Mayhem. So, yeah. We're just going to full Orcust combo, and I don't think I need to explain like how the Orcust stuff do by now. You probably already know how the Orcust cards work. We're just switching it up to Cutter because Cutter is the best summon that you can have for your RB setup. But yeah, like, you're probably already familiar with this. And now all of a sudden you have your Orcust setup, which is really, really strong. You can end up this board, and this board is perfectly fine because, like, this board makes it so you're immune to stuff like Lightning Storm. If you're facing against Mitsurugi and they try to Mitsurugi Murakumo you can also protect your board with Dingirsu. I mean, in hindsight, you will probably negate with the Crescendo anyway, but, you know, this is just showing you the fact that you can protect your board from stuff like that. Like, this is a really, really powerful setup. Like, imagine this setup, and you have Machina Citadel in your graveyard as well. And you have the Funk Dock that can just replace the Cutter with, and then the Monster Pop one for Brute Blues. Like, all of a sudden, like, RB is actually looking quite promising for N-boards. Let me show you one more thing that you can do here. And I will post the video in the description. Shoutouts to Master Dinnerflex. This was not my idea at all. Something that you can do is you can link these two into Camellia. Camellia is a dark attribute monster, so the dark lock doesn't matter. And you can link away the Camellia for Prototype Sky Striker 8's Amatsu. And what Amatsu does for us is it turns big monster effects into popping the Amatsu. So all of a sudden you have a Spell Trap Negate, you have a monster transformation effect, and you have an Omni Negate with a Crescendo, if you want to do the Arcus line. And there is a world where you can play this with Crystron and just do your Crystron setup and then pivot from Crystron to your Orcust setup. And just end on all this board. Because the Crystron locks you into machines from the extra deck, and then the Orcust locks you into darks from the extra deck. And like the Sky Striker, Ace, Camellia, and Amatsu setup are both dark machines. So yeah, there is a world where you can build a machine pile deck and just make it work. Because the best thing about this the pile decks have always had a really big weakness, and the big weakness of those pile decks were what happens if you draw the bricks, right? When it comes to RB, there's no such thing as drawing the brick. Like, unless you count stage landing as a brick, which is kind of fair. But, like, outside of stage landing, like, all these RB monsters, they're just extenders. So, like, for me, there's no such thing as a brick. For me, there's just, like, more and more setup for your other machine plays. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to show you that combo setup. I really think RB has a promising place in the future. If we do get another wave of support, I can say right now what we're missing. We're missing cards that can... the issue with RB is the opposite of Mitsurugi. If you saw Mitsurugi from their first wave, they had a lot of power and recursion. What they didn't have was consistency. RB has a lot of consistency and ceiling setups, but what RB doesn't have is recovery. So if we can get in a way that we can just recover our RBs consistently, I don't know, maybe reborn spells for RBs, that could be like a possibility. Maybe like other RB link monsters that just bring back RB monsters from your graveyard. That could be another idea. A way to recover RBs from banished, because right now there's nothing stopping, like there's nothing that involves banishment. But what if I don't know, your opponent DD Crows on RB or something like that, or like enables or stops your machines like that? You can make the argument that Galatea recycles your machines, same with the Girsu, but they do it specifically from banish, and once your RB monsters are in your graveyard, there's no way to get them back. These are generic, which is like a very fair point, and you really don't need that many RBs to begin with. But you know, the possibility is still there. Also, something really cute: you can machine duplication the driller if you wish to go that route. Why would you do that? Who knows? But I just felt like mentioning that. Enough yapping. I hope you like this RB video. More videos coming soon. Keep practicing and keep dueling.